her appearances in the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels TV shows, Ahsoka Tano has become a fan favorite character in the Star Wars universe. And the growing popularity of this character has led to more appearances for her as new projects come about. But the one thing no one seems to know about the former Jedi apprentice is when or if she died. In the Star Wars Rebels episode, A World Between Worlds, Ezra Bridger saved Ahsoka by pulling her out of a portal just before she was struck by her fallen master, Darth Vader. This sequence leads us to believe that Vader actually did kill Ahsoka in this scene, but that Ezra was actually able to alter the course of history by saving his old friend from what appeared to be certain death. And so, considering the fact that this show ended during the time of the original trilogy with Ahsoka alive and well, and that this character has also been confirmed to make an appearance in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, we now know for sure that she was still alive for at least a few years after Return of the Jedi. Ahsoka's death has never been confirmed on screen, nor in any canon writing. But if we fast forward 20 to 25 years from the time period of The Mandalorian, when we hear Ahsoka's voice calling out to Rey at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, it seems all but a guarantee that she is now dead, as most fans assume that the inclusion of her voice implies that she is a Force ghost. So this now leaves us with a time gap of roughly 30 years since Ahsoka's last appearance, to fill in the gaps and assume that the one and only apprentice of Anakin Skywalker is dead. However, despite the strong evidence supporting Ahsoka's death, a very important person at Lucasfilm seems to have something else in mind. When asked about the iconic voices Rey heard in her head and the consequences that scene may have had on Ahsoka specifically, Dave Filoni had this to say: "It doesn't really have any big implications to what I'm doing with the character, to be honest. I just thought it was a really fun thing. I thought JJ's instinct to be so inclusive with all these various elements of Star Wars and characters was great. And I thought it would be a great thing for the actors involved to be a part of something that was just really celebrating this moment of the Star Wars saga. So I don't think of it in a literal story way." So this quote really seems to show, at least to me, that at least somebody at Lucasfilm doesn't necessarily believe Ahsoka's death has been confirmed. The easiest way to explain Ahsoka's voice in The Rise of Skywalker in my eyes is to simply say that she was speaking to Rey through the Force, just as Vader spoke to Luke or as Leia spoke to Ben. What if Ahsoka and the rest of the Ghost crew were actually at that battle on Exegol, and Ahsoka's close proximity to Rey is what allowed her to communicate with her? No matter how she did communicate with Rey though, Ahsoka's survival would also lead us to a new question, which is, how old would Ahsoka be if she is still alive after the events of The Rise of Skywalker? And to this I respond reassuringly, as Ahsoka was only 36 years old at the Battle of Yavin, which is when the first Death Star was destroyed in A New Hope. And only about 35 years passed from A New Hope to The Rise of Skywalker, which means Ahsoka would be right around 70 years old. Still relatively young for a species that could live up to 200 years depending on their connection to the Force. So what could Ahsoka's survival through the sequel trilogy mean for the future of Star Wars? Well, the possibilities are really endless here, but I would love to see something where Ahsoka eventually returns to the big screen in the flesh to help Rey establish the new generation of Jedi and or reunite with Ben Solo by way of the World Between Worlds. But that's just me. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to have happen with Ahsoka, so leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you think she was alive during episode 9, or was she already long gone? If she did die, how do you think it happened? If she was alive, do you think she'll ever return? Feel free to answer any of these questions or just share whatever other thoughts you may have on this character down below. Please remember to give this video a like to support the channel, and may the Force be with you always.